Dang! The thoughts in my head are driving me crazy! What's going on, all my fish tank ninjas? Don't mind me, I'm just pretending to read. And I want to say, welcome to Fish Tales. This is the new name of the series, something to talk about, so give a comment below. Let me know if you like the new name, Fish Tales. Alright, the thing I want to go over today, though, is something that's been on my mind. Something I've been thinking about for quite some time now, actually since the tanks crashed, and something I want to know how you do. We're going to go over planning, guys, and as some of you might already know, I got the Tanganyika community tank of 240 gallons named Beast, and my beauty, the 90-gallon Reef, all in the works at the same time. So what we're going to go over is planning. I want to know how you plan, the steps you take in order to decide what kind of tank you want to have. Now for me, I break it down into a couple steps. First though, I like to come up with an idea. I come up with the idea before I come up with anything else. For instance, Tanganyika community tank, alright, or reef tank. I think of these things and then I build the tank around the idea. After I come up with the idea, next I decide the fish. Alright, I already kind of get an idea of what kind of fish I want. I need to get an idea of what kind of fish I want, the personalities, the number I want, the way I want to feel in front of the tank, because the way I want to feel decides what colors I'm going after, and the different shapes in such a fish I want to keep. Because for me, keeping the same style of fish or shaped fish is just a no-go for me. Alright, for each their own though. Alright, but for me, I like to have my eye bounce around a tank due to all the different shapes and colors and personalities. I like to fit as much diversity into a system that I can. Alright? The colors are picked based off the way I want to feel when I sit in front of my tank. Now if I want something more calming, I'm going to pick something with more of a blue, light yellow, white, gray. If I want to be amped and pumped up in front of my tank, I'm going to go with reds, blacks, deep, strong colors. And that's all because color really does affect the way you feel. And I really believe that. So that's why I put so much emphasis and I do a lot of planning in regards to color when I pick the tank mates. After I figure out the idea I want, the feeling I want to have in front of my tank, the fish that I'm going to keep, that's when I decide how big of a system I'm going to need. Okay? And I feel like you can't really decide how big of a tank to get until you figure out how much fish you want. Well, what kind of feeling you have in front of the tank, and so on and so forth. Because otherwise, you're adjusting to the tank instead of the tank adjusting to you. Okay, and lastly, I think about the filtration. I always go with a more natural filtration. The reason being is if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. And I try to keep that as a motto when I do my tanks. Obviously, something like the Reef tank is going to have a little more technology than something like the Tanganyika tank, but that's okay. I try to get as much natural filtration as possible. And the reason is, just like I said, anything that can go wrong will be wrong, or will go wrong, and I want to minimize that. I want to minimize and limit the amount of things that can go wrong, which means cutting back on moving parts. That's why I go with the plants as a filtration, as the main source of filtration, because the plants are always going to do what the plants were made to do. They're always going to absorb all that gross, disgusting stuff that kills the fish. That's just what they do. That's how they get down, and that's what they like to just munch on. Alright? That is the order in which I plan out my tanks. So leave a comment below. Let me know the order in which you plan out your tanks. Do you like to get the tank first because you have a smaller home, or you just want to limit how big of a tank you have, and then so on and so forth? Do you pick the fish first? Do you come with a feeling before you do it? Let me know the order in which you plan your tanks out and why. Hit that like button if you want to keep seeing these fishtail videos. Alright? Don't forget to subscribe. I got 2 videos at least coming at you every week. Every Sunday you're going to get something random that I feel like doing. Every Wednesday you're going to get an update on Beauty or Beast. And every Friday, if I'm in the mood, I'll put something up just to keep you guys guessing. Alright? Now, until next time, don't forget to do amazing things like convince a friend to get in the hobby. And then figure out how they plan or help them plan a tank. Okay? That or just hula hoop and break a world record. It's up to you. Also, check out the Fish Tank Hooligans. And till next time, guys, tank like a boss. Because you're a boss. And that's how bosses tank.